Hi, and welcome to another episode of Ouse, an NHT podcast, where we share stories, tips, and tricks to help you on the path of home ownership. I'm Tamika Hill, Corporate Communication and Public Affairs Manager at the NHT. We have a great episode planned for you, and you want to stay tuned to the very end because you could be the lucky winner of a fabulous prize. Being resilient is who we are as Jamaicans. At every turn in history that has been deemed difficult, we've learned to turn with hand and make fashion to emerge triumphantly. This idea of resilience has become even more important as the world contends with things such as climate change. This is an even more serious issue for small island and developing states that are often hardest hit by natural disasters. It is this recognition that has really motivated us here at the NHT to find the balance to meet the need of home ownership by doing so sustainably, while also empowering our contributors to have amenities at their fingertips through things like renewable technology. This is why we have recently expanded our offerings to now include a Smart Energy Loan and Smart Energy Grant. With me here today is someone that has caught onto the vision and hopped on to the solar energy train, Mrs. Lecia-Ann Smith. Hi, Lecia-Ann.
Hi.
So going solar is quite a big investment. What made you decide to go this journey?
Well, we were hearing about climate change and everything that comes with it. And of course, we were getting light bills that just kept going up and up. So we were looking at ways that we could kind of reduce our costs and also benefit the environment. So we heard about solar panels and said, okay, that would be interesting.
So the NHT solar panel loan?
Yes, right. And with that, we did some research. We spoke to the representatives and, checked out to see if we could actually get it done.
Okay, so what would you say has the journey or transition from, light bill and so on to solar energy? Has it been easy or has it been a difficult process?
It's been very easy. NHT was able to go through the process quite easily for us. There wasn't anything that was difficult. One of the main things is we had to find a supplier that was reliable and, having some reputation in the industry. And between them and the NHT, we were able to get it done pretty quickly.
All right, so just walk me through the process. So first you did your research, you found someone that was able to do that. So did they have to come to the house?
Yes, and persons do it differently, but our supplier, they came, they did an assessment, so they checked out what our usage was like, monitored us for about 2 weeks to see how it is that we're using the energy when our peak usage was, so that they could suggest what type of system would best meet our needs. So that's a big part of the process, because if you don't know what you're using, how you're using it, you may not get the right system. So they were able to do that.
All right, so you went through, you got the assessment done, you've been to the NHT, and now you've qualified for the loan. How did NHT make that transition easier though in terms of getting the loan?
Well, the process was pretty easy, and once we had identified the supplier and we provided them with the information, they basically told us what needed to be done in order to have the loan process.
And when you say information, you mean your invoices?
Yes, right. So the invoice associated with getting the system installed, then the supplier had to provide some information as well, more detailed information. And they did the installation, we provided confirmation to NHT, and they paid out. They even did it call it an installment. So they made a first installment to get the process started, and after that initial installation and when it was completed, they then paid the balance.
Oh wow.
Right.
So you joined with someone else?
Yes.
So how much were you able to qualify for?
It was 2.5 million at the time.
Okay.
And that went a big way, because without it, we probably wouldn't have the system that we do now.
Okay, so that's good. What are some of the benefits that you're seeing since the transition?
Okay, well, there's certainly reduced cost. We end up spending less now than we were before, and so we have less reliance on the traditional system, and we have a more reliable service. So even when there are power outages, sometimes we don't know.
Wow, that's a plus.
Definitely.
So you mentioned that you're still using the traditional system with the solar energy.
Yes.
Okay, and how does that work? Is that something that is needed? Is that a must?
In many instances, yes. It's an automatic system, so it's not that we have to do anything. But if the weather is bad, or if, say, we have very overcast conditions, you may find that we do have to go over to the traditional system or supplier in order to generate enough electricity, depending on our usage.
So is it something you have to do manually?
No, and depending on the provider that you get, the supplier, they have automatic switches, automatic systems, so you don't actually have to do anything.
Oh, that's lovely. That is a plus.
Definitely.
Do you plan on expanding to other, because you're now in it, you know, do you plan on expanding to other renewable energy sources?
We're always looking at the possibilities. So wind turbines, I mean, as expensive as they may be, it would definitely be something we would consider.
You're looking towards that? Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. And for some people who don't know, how would that work exactly?
Well, one of the biggest issues would be the supplier, because it's not something that's generally done for residential properties. So we definitely would have to have more research done, and there needs to be a bit more, I think, availability in the market for us to be able to get into that aspect of it.
I don't know. I just think it's so brave that you just embrace this change. Would you say that it's brave, or it's just that you're proactive in your thinking?
Yeah, I think proactive. And I mean, climate change, whatever people want to call it, it's real. We see the different effects based on the weather and also the effect on the environment itself. So anything that we can do, I think we should try.
Definitely. Thank you so much for coming in and talking with me about your new journey to solar energy.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Whether you want to make the first step towards a home or even improve your resilience and capacity through renewable technology, the NHT has got you covered. For more information, give us a call at 876-929-6500 or visit our website at nht.gov.jm. Follow us on all our socials so you'll be in the know about all that's happening. Remember to comment, like, and share with a friend. I'm Tamika. Thanks for watching. In this episode, we mentioned that the NHT introduced 2 facilities. What are they?